Hello guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we worked on create action to save a new work experience record into the database. Now in this lecture, we will be working on the edit and update action to allow users to make changes for their existing work experience. Here you can see these are the work experience items. Okay, and now there is no way to edit this, so we will add an edit link to each of the work experience items so that whenever a user click on the edit link, he can see a form to edit the work experience information. Okay, and that the form is already filled with the existing values for that work experience. Okay, so let's start with this. First, switch to the project directory in some text editor, and now first we need to create another template with name edit.turbostream.erb because we need to display the form for editing the work experience to user. Okay, so in the app use work experiences, create a new template and save it as edit.turbostream.erb. Okay, and here we just need to use the similar content that we have in the new.turbostream.erb. So here you can see in the new.turbostream what we are doing, we are replacing the turbo frame tag remote model with a turbo stream and rendering the turbo model here with model title and form partial. Okay, so just copy everything and paste it into the edit.turbostream.erb. Okay, and here what we need to do, we just need to update the model title. So instead of add new work experience, what we need to do, we need to display edit work experience here because we are displaying this form to edit a work experience record. So we need to change the title of the model accordingly. Okay, and now save this edit.turbostream.erb. So after edit.turbostream.erb, what we need to do, we need to display a link on every work experience item that will open this edit form. Okay, so here you can see into the work experience partial that we created within the app use work experience. Just come here and you can see that we left this call lg3 class uh, blank. Okay, so we need to implement our link here. Okay, so what we can do, just come into this and here you need to add a flex class first. So div class dflex and justify content end here, and then we need to add the link to edit the work experience. Okay, so just use the rails link to tag link to, and now we need to provide the path for editing work experience. So this is edit work experience path, and here the object of work experience. Okay, and now we need to add the data stimulus controller here or the data attribute for loading the stimulus controller here. So what we can do, data controller and then bs model form, sorry, bs model form. Okay, because now we are using a single bootstrap model to render all our forms. Okay, so we need to use bs model form. Okay, and then continue this implementation and this link tag, and into this link tag what we need to do, first we need to provide I class bi pencil fill. Okay, and save this. Now come to the browser and refresh the page for currently signed in users detail page. Okay, so switch to the browser and refresh this page. Okay, make sure you are signed in. So now you can see a pencil icon here. Okay, so whenever you click on this pencil icon, this will open the form for editing the work experience record for the currently signed in user. And here you can see that in the form we can see already filled information for every work experience item. Okay, so this is the first work experience item, and if you click on the other, you can see the details for the other item. Okay, so our edit template is working. Now we are half done with in this lecture. Now what we need to do, we need to finish the implementation of the update action. Okay, so in the work experience controller you can see that right now our update action is empty, so we need to finish the implementation of this action so that user will update user will edit the work experience item, and then using this update action, that edited information will be saved into the database for any particular work experience record. Okay, so what we need to do here, here you can see that we used the respond to block in the create action, so we just need to copy this block. Okay, and we will make some changes into this block in the update action. Okay, but first paste it here and here. First of all, the first change you need to make is remove this save, and here what you need to do, if at the rate work experience dot update. Okay, and then here you need to use work experience params. Okay, so this will update the work experience attributes. Okay, now we need to use turbo stream dot replace method. Okay, here you can see that in the create action we used turbo stream dot append. Why? Because we are creating a new entry there for work experience, but now in the update action, since we will replace the edited information with the existing information, I mean sorry, we will replace the existing information with the edited information, so we need to use here turbo stream dot replace. Okay, so just replace it. Okay, and now we need to change our dom id as well. Okay, and here in the work experience partial that we created here, you can see that what id we use, work experience item, and the actual id of current of the work experience, and the id is coming from the database. Okay, so now we need to use this id, so we can use this, and in this controller you need to put it here, and now you need to interpolate the work experience id here, work experience dot id. Okay, and rest everything you do not need to change. Okay, because we need the same partial here. Okay, work experience and locals here, and in the else part we also need the, we need to replace the remote model, okay, with the shared turbo model. Here we just need to make one change, that we need to update this model title with edit work experience. Okay, so everything will be consistent. Okay, now we finished the update actions implementation, so save it and make sure you save everything that that whatever we make changes here. Okay, now save it and come to the browser and click on the pencil icon of any record. Okay, so here you can see, let's replace this, let's update this title. So what we can do, senior, let's say ROR developer, senior full stack ROR developer, and let's change the company name. Here we can say Mark System Private Limited. Okay, and now when you submit this form, or when you click on the save changes, you will see that the information has been updated here, that is senior full stack ROR developer Mark System Private Limited, and you can see this has been done on the server side as well. Here you can see that this is the params that we are sending to the update action, and this is the update query that performed within the update action. Okay, so now the work experience record has been updated into the database, and this is how you can manage the edit and update operation for the work order. Okay, but here is one change that we need to make in the form. Okay, so for example, let me do this. Here, if you change the employment type, let's select it self-employed and submit the form. Okay, so here you will see the updated information, but if you click on the form again, you will see the full time here. Okay, you will not see the self employed as a employment type value here. Okay, so we need to make one change in the form, that we need to mention that there should be the selected attribute for any attribute that for any selected type that we mention. Okay, so now what we can do here, we can manage selected, and here we can do form dot object dot employment type. Okay, and do the same thing for location type as well. So come here, and in the location type add selected here, and replace it by location type. Okay, form dot object dot location type, and here selected is form dot object dot employment type. Okay, now save the form and come to the browser. Now if you open this form, here you will see that it will now show you the self-employed. Okay, and if you make it, let's say remote, and you made the save changes, now you will again see that it is showing remote and it is showing the self-employed. It means we are seeing the currently existing value from the database for this work experience record. Okay, so this is how our update and edit action will work. Okay, and if you wish, you can see the validation errors as well for the update action. For example, if I select this, so we know that we have some custom validations that we cannot have all three attributes value. I mean, if currently working here is true, then we cannot have end date. So now if you submit this form, you will see the validation error here, that end date must be blank if you are currently working in this company. Okay, And that's all from this lecture. In the next lecture, we will work on the destroy action to allow users to delete the work experience record from the database. Meanwhile, try this lecture at your end and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care and stay safe.